Göbekli Tepe is an archaeological site located in the southeastern Turkey, and it is a remarkable and ancient site that has provided valuable insights into the early stages of human civilization. Hi, my name is Jessa. Please join me as we look together top 10 Göbekli Tepe facts that are not told in textbooks. Starting with number 10, how old are you? Not you. Göbekli Tepe is estimated to be around 11,000 to 12,000 years old, making it one of the oldest known human-made structures. Over the next few thousand years, temperature and sea levels slowly rose, and the environment became more habitable for a range of all walks of life, including people. The people who lived at Göbekli Tepe are the Kurdish, the Iranian ethnic group that are native to the mountains regions in Western Asia, which spans southeastern Turkey and southwestern Iran, northern Iraq, and northern Syria. And the Kurdish have mentioned when it comes to the ancient site, its use is still maintains in their cultural history since its inception. The site was discovered in 1994 by a team of German archaeologists Klaus Schmidt, and the excavations have been going on ever since. Number 9. Aesthetics. Göbekli Tepe consists of a series of large circular structures or enclosures making massive limestone pillars. The pillars are adorned with intricate carvings of animals including foxes, snakes, boars, and birds. One theory was that the ancient hunter-gatherers constructed it for festivals, and they would use the site as a critical juncture as a transition from Nordic hunting-gathering to first truly settled people. Although there is no signs of domestication of crops or animals, although there are animal bones within the ruins regardless of the feast. To confirm the Kurdish themselves, they have mentioned to scholars as well as archaeologists that the use of the site was actually mainly used as their traditional practices, as there is a tree on top of the hill of the area where they would hike up and dance around 7 times and leave cloths in the branches. They believe leaving a cloth on the branches of each cloth they hang, a wish they would make would come true. Number 8. I'll see you after the function. The purpose of the Göbekli Tepe is still a subject of scholarly debate, as some theories suggest it may have been a ritualistic or a ceremonial site, possibly associated with early religious practices. Another theory, in addition by the natives who lived there on what its location was for, was also used as a gigantic brewery. According to the German archaeologists who came to excavate Göbekli Tepe, they learned over the last 4 years that the people who built these old buildings ate vast pots of porridge and stew made of grain that the ancient people ground and processed on an early industrial scale. The clues from Göbekli Tepe shows that ancient people used grains much earlier than what was thought, and even before there were evidence that these plants were domesticated. The site challenges previous assumptions about the development of complex societies, as it predates the advent of agriculture and settled communities. Number 7. Social organizations. Göbekli Tepe challenges traditional views on the relationship between settled communities and monumental architecture. It raises questions about whether complex architectural projects like this could have preceded the developments of settled agriculture. Considering the locations and the discovery of the site, there is a high possibility that the settlers who had utilized the site and its location may have migrated somewhere nearby or further away to create another similar structure. Close to Göbekli Tepe is another site. Karahan Tepe shares many characteristics and is often called Göbekli Tepe's sister site. Even the study points out that the Karahan Tepe resembles the Göbekli Tepe 2 layers, just like both have 266 pillars with T-shaped architectural elements and animal reliefs showing snakes, insects, birds, and the head and 4 legs of a rabbit. Number 6. Burial practices. Although Göbekli Tepe is not a burial site, evidence suggests that the rituals involving the dead may have still taken place. Some of the pillars have depictions of what appears to be human hands, and there are relief showings that might have been interpreted as funeral or burial scenes. Researchers found that although there are no human graves, but yet to be discovered pieces of human bones have been found in the fill of the building and in areas around them. But these piles found are a series of partly preserved human skulls, although the researchers like to point out that this was unexpected, as the skulls have been changed by humans in a way that had not been seen on sites from same time or place. There was a noticeable trend of skull cults in Anatolia and the Levant during the early Neolithic, but this interpretation is debatable, as the presence of these modified skulls may indicate part of important rituals centered from the early Neolithic period. Number 5. Religious significance. The elaborate carvings of animals and anthropomorphic figures suggest a possible religious or symbolic significance to the site. Some researchers argue that Göbekli Tepe resembles and represents an early attempt at monumentally and communal rituals. Göbekli Tepe challenges traditional views on the development of complex societies and organized religions, and it predates the advent of agriculture and settled communities, leading some researchers to propose that it presents an early form of religious expression. The site's construction implies a level of social organization and cooperation not typically associated with nomadic hunter-gatherer groups. Another theory suggests that Göbekli Tepe may have associated with shamanistic practices, and the carving of animals and anthropomorphic features could represent spiritual or supernatural entities encountering during these rituals. Number 4. Observatory. The idea that Göbekli Tepe may have actually also served as an observatory or had some connection to astronomical observation is a subject of discussion among researchers, but is not universally accepted. In two suggestions, the first is based on the fact that the location appears to align with the night sky, notably with the star Sirius. Another contends that Göbekli Tepe's carvings document a comet impact that occurred at the end of the Ice Age, and of course, if these claims are correct, as a subject of facts versus speculations are only based on the evidence we can present at the time being, which would mean Göbekli Tepe would be the world's oldest astronomy site. Number 3, the darkest time. About the same time Göbekli Tepe was being constructed, one of the most significant environmental stresses over impacting our species was underway. Called the Younger Dryas, it was the worst and longest break in the warming of the Earth's climate that roughly occurred between 14,500 and 12,900 years ago. The decline into mini-ice age happened very quickly and probably over a few decades. This resulted in glaciers advancing, giving most of the temperate northern hemisphere a drier and harsher climate. The cause is not fully understood, but theories include interruption of ocean thermal climates change or a comet impact. At the same time, the Younger Dryas in the northern hemisphere forced populations either to return to nomadic lifestyle or seek refuge in a few hospital areas, which resonates in the time of Göbekli Tepe, as the construction probably also helped those residing at the time during climate change. Aside the time being, there has been speculations Younger Dryas could happen again in maybe 100 and 1,000 years from now if humans don't stop polluting the atmosphere. Number 2, civilizations. Göbekli Tepe predates the advent of settled agriculture and urban civilizations. The site is associated with a time when people were transitioning from hunter-gatherer lifestyle to early agricultural practices. The site is situated in the region known as the Fertile Crescent, an area in the Middle East that includes parts of modern-day Turkey, Syria, Iraq, and Iran. The local communities in these regions during the Neolithic period were likely small groups of people living in proximity to natural resources. Göbekli Tepe's construction required a significant level of social organization and labor. The community involved in building and maintaining the site likely had a shared purpose and social structure, and even though it predates the establishment of complex societies. Number 1, now to the future. The site is not continuously open to the public, but there have been efforts to make it accessible for visitors. Ongoing excavations and research have been conducted at Göbekli Tepe by a team of archaeologists led by German Archaeological Institute. The site of immense importance for understanding early human history, and new findings continue to contribute to scholar knowledge. While the site itself is not fully open to the public due to preservation concerns, there are visitor facilities and museums in the region where tourists and researchers can learn more about Göbekli Tepe. The Turkey's Archaeological Museum, for example, houses artifacts from the site. Preservation efforts are essential to protect the ancient structures and carvings at Göbekli Tepe. Some part of the sites are covered for protection against the elements, and measures are taken to ensure the delicate carvings are safeguarded. Well, that's it on this monumental finding that is made by humans and not aliens. Please, let's not go there. Okay. Anyways, the last video I was in, top 10 disturbing facts about the Titanic. You never knew. The riddle I gave was, I stick so strongly yet I'm not sticky in the slightest. What am I? The answer is a magnet. Now for the next riddle is, which word in the English language is spelled backwards? I'll reveal the answer in the next video. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jessa. Be sure to like and subscribe and learn some new recipe or something. Anyways, bye!